Well, hello there, Aries. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we're doing your mid-January reading. This is good from now until mid-February. We'll take a look at the overall energy with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details about any obstacles on your path or any areas of resistance. And of course, we'll take a look at advice from Spirit. If you're enjoying the content that I create, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider liking, commenting, or subscribing. I really do appreciate all of your support. Okay, let's get into this. Let's see what you have on the horizon. Solitude, in silence, peace prevails. And Swan Spirit, time for a deep dive, the number 60. Okay, so Aries, there's a little bit of energy here of having to go within in order to kind of like see what is emotionally attaching you to something else, okay? To a relationship, a mindset, a belief, a situation in your life. There's something that is triggering you, okay? That is, you feel like you're either having to walk on eggshells with this person, or you just feel like your energy is drained when you're around them, or you feel annoyed by what they're doing. Even the way they breathe is like annoying you. There's something here in order to kind of like pull yourself away from the situation for a little bit. And that just, can mean that you just go for a long walk, or you sit by water, or just sit by yourself for a little bit and really allow yourself to go into the emotions that you are feeling in this situation. This situation is being triggered. This is happening in order for you to see something, okay? To recognize something, to learn something about either this situation or yourself in order to be able to move forward in a beautiful direction. Okay, I'm taking a glance here and I'm like, oh my goodness, Aries. It's something here. And Pluto is transiting. I know we're all talking about it. This is a big transit. Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008, 15 years of feeling like we have to work really hard for the things that we get, or there are certain rules that we have to follow and everybody else has to follow, right? And now we're moving into Pluto in Aquarius on January 21st, which is an energy of seeing who we truly are, valuing who we are, and creating the rules that fit us. That doesn't mean that, everybody's law and order are thrown out the window, but also understanding that we don't have to follow the mindset of what other people think is right for us if it's not in alignment with what it is that we're wanting to create for ourselves. Yeah, this is just gorgeous. Just a beautiful energy of allowing yourself. I feel like there's something here. So once again, it could be you go to work every day and you feel like nobody appreciates the work that I do. Or you could have a person in your life that you feel like, you never can make them happy, right? Whether it's a romantic partner, family, friend, boss, there's something here, but there's a mindset of feeling like you don't have enough or are enough, a sense of a worthiness about yourself, that this person is helping to trigger inside of you so that you can heal that part of you. Because this deep dive is helping you to heal that, to understand, wait a minute, where did that come from? And how can I embrace that energy? Instead of being fear-based around that energy, I can step into an energy of love, of loving myself enough to make some changes in my life, whether that's leaving a relationship or a job or a career, in order to bring myself into a place that's more in alignment with what's in alignment with what my heart truly desires. So let's take a look first at where you are right now. Yes, look at this. You have the shaman healer, cleansing, attunement, right? This is clearing out. This is why you're having this situation in your life. It's helping you to clear out something that really and truly is preventing you from doing this deep healing in this area. And sometimes this can be difficult, right? Because it means that, especially with attunement, right? That means that we may have to come to terms with our own actions and how they may have affected other people, right? So you could have somebody in your life that is triggering you. And then when you sit with it for a little bit, you understand that perhaps you had that same energy. You were that way to somebody else a long time ago, maybe, right? But it's kind of like you were that way, or you had that mindset at one time. And so it's a little bit of shame, of guilt, of, okay, can I make that right? Or is it just I have to allow myself to forgive myself, to know that that was who I was then, but I'm not that person now, because you've done so much work, you've made so much progress, allowing yourself to forgive yourself for any of that. Yeah, really kind of interesting. I'm kind of getting, this isn't, of course, for everybody, but I feel like for some of you, if somebody may have passed, a loved one or a good friend or somebody that's kind of like gone to the other side, and it's kind of like you're understanding at this time their perception of a situation, because you have this other person in your life that's opening you up to seeing things that way. So say, let's say it's this way, like you had a difficult relationship maybe with your mother, right? And so, she didn't see things your way, you didn't see things her way, and it caused maybe conflict in your relationship. And now you have a child, and maybe you're having that same kind of situation with your daughter, say, okay? Now you have a little bit more of an understanding of what your mother's perception was, but your mother has passed, and you can't have that time back. So there's almost like this a little bit of regret that, there's also a little bit of this sense of regret that why couldn't I have seen this earlier? Kind of like almost like a resentment to the universe. Why couldn't I have had this wisdom earlier in my life? Because it's all divine timing, right? You weren't meant to have that experience, to have that enlightenment earlier in your life. It's kind of like everything happens in divine time. So it's now you're in this new position where you're having the same type of conflict with your daughter or somebody else in your life, and you're understanding, the wisdom perhaps that somebody previously in your life had. Okay, so we have the Empress energy. It really could be around a mother, or a mother issue in your life. It could be around a mother issue that you have either with your mother or with, if you're a mother, with a child. Yeah, step out of your comfort zone. It is about seeing this in the bright light. I feel like for some of you, you're concerned that you're going to repeat the same pattern as perhaps a mother figure. Okay, so you could be at a point in your life where you're kind of like, wow, I don't want to be like my mother. So you could be making choices, or you may have made choices, right, in that way. But I think you're also gaining a higher perspective of her life or how things happened. Yeah, there's something here. Wow. You're going to have victory in this. We do. We have the Three of Swords. Perhaps, and the Death card. I feel like, honestly, this is, for a lot of you, this could be somebody that passed, okay, transition from this life. And there is either a sense of regret or anger or true loss of time when they were on earth, right? Because of a difference of opinion, of truth, of perception. Yeah, so this is the good news, okay? The good news is that this new person, right, coming into your life, or the person that's in your life, is helping you to open up, to do the healing around that situation, to allow yourself, right, to forgive yourself, to forgive that person. It does not condone anybody's actions, right, or reactions. But it's understanding that was all part of my healing journey. That was all part of what I was meant to experience so that I could have this soul evolution. Because your area of resistance is, yes, the Wheel of Fortune. It is time to move forward. It is time to acquire the blessings out of this situation. And you have new supportive connection, ascended masters. Yeah. Your spirit guides and angels are really guiding you on this. Have faith in your dreams. For some of you, you could feel there's a little bit, you have the Six of Wands here. You're going to be successful in what it is that you're wanting to acquire. I think for some of you, you feel like because of the way that you acted in a previous situation, that you're having trouble finding success, right? And it's a little bit of feeling like you have bad karma, right? It's like, well, I treated my mother really bad and now my daughter is treating me bad, right? It's kind of like, well, it's bad karma. But is also understanding, okay, how can I attune for that, right? How can I atone for that? How can I change that? How can is there apologies? Is there forgiveness here, right? Understanding is not concentrating on what went wrong. It's concentrating on how to heal the situation, to doing that deep dive. Yeah, there's something here about somebody wanting the power in a situation, right? But it's dropping the burden of that, of feeling, it's a little bit of pride here, Aries, whether it's you're feeling a little bit like, I can't admit that I'm wrong, or I saw that the situation differently, or the other person is. It's a little bit of that, because there is an offer. At this time, your ascended masters are bringing you in the energy, at least, that things can be worked out here. Okay, so that's a beautiful energy. And then your advice is, yes, it's time to take action. Seven of Wands. You're holding yourself back from happiness and joy, okay, because of whatever the situation is. And that's why the deep dive is important, so that you can heal your own energy around whatever this situation is. Once again, it's not about condoning anybody's actions. It's about allowing the healing in the situation to happen. Vast universe, abundance, and success. Okay, so you have the energy of being able to acquire all that you are wanting. Okay, so once again, it could be that, you could be in a situation where you feel as if in the past, right, some conflict that you had in a relationship, because of that conflict, you are not allowed to have success in a future situation or relationship. And it's what unloving energy that is, right? It's about, oh my goodness, loving yourself for the part that you played in some past situation. Understanding that was your truth at that time. You're allowed to forgive yourself for whatever occurred in that situation, as well as forgiving the other person. I think you may have gotten this perception, this new perspective, I should say, about the other person. And you have forgiven them for their part of all of this, but maybe you haven't allowed yourself to forgive yourself for your part. Understanding it's all connected. We're all connected. The energy of that situation, if you heal it, helps bring healing to this other situation that you are now experiencing. Wow. What a revelation. I have to say, the fire signs, your readings have been extremely highly spiritual, right? And, if you're resonating with this, yes, look at this. You have the guardian angel, spirit family. Your guides are helping you in this situation, because when you allow yourself to do this deep healing and allow yourself to forgive yourself, I feel like there's really a call here to allow yourself to forgive yourself for something that happened in the past, in order to allow yourself to have, when you heal that, you're healing this situation. Look at it that way. Would you like to heal this situation that you're presently in? In order to heal that, it's about looking to the past and healing some past situation. Allowing yourself to forgive yourself. Yeah. Wow, beautiful. I also feel you have the King of Wands. Yeah, this could be a marriage. I did get that energy. Oh, and then justice. Look at this. The karma is then healed. You are literally healing your own karma. That is so amazing. Yes, moving on. I'm going to say, I got that message earlier for some of you, and of course, this is not going to resonate, but I feel like somebody out there needs to hear this message that if you were married and your spouse, male or female, doesn't matter. If you were married and your spouse passed, and there's something, okay, that you feel like you didn't get to say to them, like you feel like you didn't tell them that you loved them enough, right? or whatever it is. And you're wanting, okay, that person passed and it's been some time, you've done the healing of them passing, but you're trying to start a new relationship and you're having trouble stepping into a new relationship or attracting in people that you would want to have a relationship with. This is the key to healing that situation. It's allowing yourself to forgive yourself. You've learned some lesson, right? You have the Page of Wands here. What have you learned from what you experienced previously? To cherish every day, perhaps. To let the people in your life that you know and love, that you do love them. You tell them that. You show them that. On a daily basis, right? Instead of thinking, well, I'll do that next week. I'll call them next week, or I'll send them a card next week. It's kind of like, I feel like for some of you, you had somebody that passed a little bit more quickly than you expected. And therefore, there's a little bit of feeling like you can't have new love in your life because you didn't truly love somebody in the past. Yes, you did. And allowing yourself to look at this situation in a different way, right? Forgiving yourself. For some of you, you could, if with the mother energy, it could be that, yes, your mother may have passed and you didn't spend enough time with her, but you were busy, right? With your career and your kids and your family and whatever, right? So you had all this going on and now you regret that you didn't spend more time with her. Let her know how much you loved her. And now you have a daughter that's busy in her life and you're kind of like, okay, how can I allow myself to forgive who I was? There's that strong energy of forgive who I was. You were doing the best that you could at that time. And allowing yourself to giving yourself grace to move forward into something new, or to truly give to a situation. Wow, really powerful. All right, Aries, I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. So let's see your soul truth card for some final advice. How can I surrender even more in this moment? Yeah, I think you're truly holding yourself back from a relationship or a situation because you're concerned. There's some concern about what happened in the past that you don't want to repeat it. Something that you don't want to repeat. Learn the lesson. Take the deep dive. Understand why that happened in the past. How you have changed. And you have, Aries, right? You have grown. You have evolved. You've done all this work on yourself. You're not the same person that you were back then. And allowing yourself to surrender more to a current situation. Yeah. Know this, you are not alone. Your life has purpose, and the more you surrender, the more God can produce miracles in your life. I surrender. I accept all that I cannot change. I release the outcome, and I joyfully trust the process. Yeah, I love that, because I feel like there's something that you want to change in the past, a decision you made or the way that you acted. You want to change. Forgive yourself, put it to rest, and move forward. All right, Aries, I'm going to leave it there. Wow. Well, my heart is just opening. It's very much a heart chakra opening experience for you. Love yourself, Aries. You are amazing. You are super. And I love you. So, yes, and I hope to see you again really soon. Much love and light to you. Bye for now.